So now that I've got that bike to fire off, I do need to tackle this gas tank. It does have old gas in it. My worry is that the underside here is pretty rusty. If there's any through rust, I'm going to discover that shortly. What I'm going to do, try and fix this the old school way. There is rust on the inside. I'm going to empty out all the gas, and then I'm going to fill it with rocks and vinegar. Give it a shake, let it sit for a bit, rinse it out, and hopefully I don't discover any pinholes. They do make some products that can seal that up, but I'm, fingers crossed I don't need to go that route, and it'll hold some gas for me. So let's dump the old gas, get some rocks and vinegar in here, and do some magic. Oh, get in there. Yeah, it's not great, but I have seen worse. Well, the tank is derusting. Let's see what the oil situation is looking like in here. Oops, there's oil in there. It's actually not too bad looking either. Not completely black. No. What I'll do is if I ever get this thing running long enough to warm up the oil, I'll drain it right after I do that and get some fresh oil in there. But it's good to know that it does have oil in the case. Been sitting for about an hour. Been shaking it around on and off. Pour it out here. Oh yeah, a little rusty. A little brown. Baking soda and water is next. Got a lot of baking soda in there, neutralize the acid, and then I rinse it out like 20 times. Last step I'm going to do is just a little bit of pre-mixed gas. It's like a 50-to-1. It's got some 2-stroke oil in it, and that is going to coat the interior of this tank and hopefully inhibit rust more so than just putting gasoline. So I'll take a little bit of this oil and gas. And I'll stick it in there and swirl it around. Gas tank is on, and I gotta admit, I am dying to know if this runs. Carburetor gonna flood, leak, that's not good. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Gas tank. On, chokes on. Starter fluid. I never stopped it. Oh well. There we go. Shark fluid's in there. Just running off the shark fluid. One more time, so bounce. Yes. So off. Choke maybe? That ain't good. No. 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 Sheared right off. Biscuits. Wow. Wow. Damn. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. Double dang. Here's a closer up view of the damage, and while I do have Thor-like strength, this was not entirely my doing. You can see that the teeth on this were already rounded off. This was already rounded off, and somebody had drilled and put in a roll pin to stop it from slipping, and that is where it snapped. So, what to do? I'm not entirely sure yet what I'm going to do. You can buy replacements on eBay for the Kickstarter shaft. They're about $100 to $120. I'm not sure I want to go that route yet on an unknown engine. Of course, if this were a running and driving engine with no known issues, I wouldn't have any problem replacing that shaft. However, since I don't know the history on this, I don't know if it's going to be a runner. Obviously, it's fired. It's popped off a couple times, so it does start, but you know, how are the gears? Are the gears all there? Is something going to start ticking weird? So I don't want to put a bunch of money into an unknown. So for right now, I think I'm going to attempt to drill out, stick it on here, drill through, tap it, and then put in a nice grade 8 bolt and see if that gets me anything. I don't know if that's going to have the strength necessary. And then also I do know that if you're twisting it lefty, it's going to want to just loosen up that screw. So I'll just hit it with a bunch of Loctite or JB Weld or something. Part of me wants to just weld this on, but I'm not quite there. Try the screw method first. That's where I'm at. Bummer. Real bummer.